Well, Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors working today, so I was very, very excited for Dune. But does it live up to my expectations? Let's talk about it. Paul, a brilliant and gifted young man, born into a great destiny beyond his understanding, must travel to the most dangerous planet in the universe to ensure the future of his family and his people, as malevolent forces explode into conflict over the planet's exclusive supply of the most precious resources in existence, a commodity capable of unlocking humanity's greatest potential. Only those who can conquer their fear will survive. Well, that's all I'm going to say. This is a spoiler-free review. But first off, I want to talk about this ensemble, this cast. It is amazing. It's probably the best cast of the entire year. I mean, you got Rebecca Ferguson, you got Zendaya, you got Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Josh Brolin, Dave Bautista, and Timothée Chalamet. These characters, they all really work off of each other very, very well. And especially between the two characters, Duncan and Paul, played by Jason Momoa and Timothée Chalamet. They have such good chemistry, and I love the relationship in this movie between the two. But the standout for me of all these actors has to be Timothée Chalamet. I love him in a lot of stuff that he's done, and I have followed his career and seen him in a few things like Lady Bird and like Hot Summer Nights and Beautiful Boy, and he is a great actor. But this has got to be his best performance, and he blew me away in this movie with his emotions to the action set pieces throughout. With just him, he just was so good in this movie. And I just was blown away by his performance. The way that this movie looks is just incredible. All of the landscapes you get before they end up going on their trip. I'm going to talk about how beautiful this movie is. I mean, this movie it might be the most beautiful movie of the year. But from the landscapes and the wide shots you get, I mean, you just have a character walking beside water and just seeing these long shots and ships flying across. It's so beautiful in the dark skies and the bright skies, and it's just, when it rains, it is just such a pretty movie to look at. And when we do get to the dunes and the sand and all that, it just looks so beautiful. The sand sparkles in the sun. And it really looks like you're right there. I felt like we were just watching something be filmed right in all of this, and that was just so beautiful. The fight choreography throughout this movie is awesome. It's just, I mean, they use like swords and small daggers and stuff like that throughout, and it's just some awesome ass fights. And I love the tech that they use throughout this, too. It's just the way it's utilized in this. And I don't want to spoil nothing and say what it is, but because it was a cool surprise to me. But I really did love all the tech. And then, like, the set pieces and, like, it's some of the best set pieces I've seen since, like, Star Wars. And, like, I mean, this is, like, Star Wars. This is, like, Marvel level, like, set pieces and just like the set design throughout. It's just really cool. And then the costume design and all the suits and stuff they wear. I mean, there's a suit that they wear in the movie that when they are in the sand dunes, they put it on and it basically sucks the sweat out of their body, recycles it so that they can drink it. And I thought that was a really cool idea for something that could be in a future. Really cool. I like how it shows the title. Every time they go up to a new, like, planet or a new area, it would show you the title of where it is. It's kind of reminded me of, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, or some Star Wars projects. But I really did like that a lot. I love when these type of movies, especially when we are on different planets and stuff, show that aspect. Just to show us where they are. It's really, really cool. And they speak different languages throughout the movie, but in particular, they use sign language to talk to each other. And it's cool to when they use the sign language, like if they feel threatened, they can, just go behind their back and kind of use the hand signals to say, okay, hey, I might be in danger, or anything like that. Or just to, talk to each other throughout. It's really, really cool. And yeah, I just thought that was just a really, really cool idea. Just a lot of cool ideas throughout this. Our main character, our lead in this movie, he has visions throughout of the future that could happen, may not happen throughout the movie. And I thought that's probably some of my favorite scenes in the movie, and it has a lot to do with Zendaya's character. I just thought it was, just for one, how beautiful the scenes were in general. I just really, really liked it a lot. Probably my favorite part of the whole entire movie was just his visions. It does have some of the best CGI that I have ever seen in any movie ever. This is some of the best CGI I have ever seen. It is just so... It's so cool, with all the ships coming in and the giant worm that's in the sand that you do see in the trailer. Really, really good CGI. It really felt real. It really looked real for the most part. I mean, there is one scene in particular that you see where a helmet opens up, and it didn't look very... You see it in the trailer. I was hoping it would look a little bit better, but it other than that, the CGI is just point on perfect. There is, like, a mind control power that everybody kind of has in this movie, and that our lead is trying to kind of get his powers under control and stuff. And I thought that added a lot of, like, conflict, and when he tries to use it and it doesn't work at a bad time, it really made for some very intensity and, like, just really, really cool scenes. Just him trying to figure out how he can use this mind control ability. And then we got our villain, the Baron, played by Stellan Skarsgård. He is such a chilling character, and, like, when he, like, commands the room when you see him, and it's just like he's creepy. And he's just such a great villainous character. I don't want to get too much into it. Which, when I saw pictures of him, I thought it looked kind of goofy, and I wasn't sure how it would translate to cinema. But it really, really worked, and he was a really, really creepy and just a very, very ruthless villain. I liked him a lot. He was amazing. And the attention to detail in this is amazing. And that brings me to the star of this all. It's Denis Villeneuve. Is so good. He is such a good director, and he has directed some of my favorite movies of all time. Prisoners being arguably arguably my favorite movie of all time. You got Blade Runner 2049, one of my favorite movies of all time. Arrival, another one of my favorite movies of all time. And even a smaller budget movie like Enemy. This dude, he is just a master of direction and just knowing what he needs to do for different projects. And this is no different. He killed it. I mean, he killed it. Just really, really incredible shots throughout. And just such an amazing movie, and I haven't seen anything from him that I have not liked. And like I said, this isn't any different. This is so good. Obviously, I love this movie. If I had to give it any criticisms, I mean, I don't even know. It's not even a criticism. Maybe it does have slight, like it is kind of slow at some points, but I was so engaged in the conversation that didn't really bother me. But for my score, I'm going to give it a 95%. Definitely one of my favorite movies of the year, and I know it's probably going to be in my top 5, top 10 of the year at the end of the year, but I really loved it, really enjoyed it, can't wait to rewatch this movie. But if you like what I'm doing on this channel, like and subscribe, follow me on Instagram at NelsonReviews, follow me on Letterboxd at Nelson48, peace out!